You know what's really sweet about being in the garden? Like when you're chanting, then the wind comes up and we listen to the wind. But who's to say the son of the wind isn't listening, right? It is. And we sing and the birds sing and we listen to them and they listen to us. And this is the beauty of incarnate existence. Here we are, these vast eternal souls, getting to enjoy this incredible experience. So I felt like starting. Usually we'd start Ganesh also, but just Ma. I'll sing it in Sanskrit and then in English, and then we'll sing to Saraswati. If some of you haven't, anyone here not chanted kirtan before? Some? Who's shy? Raise your hand and stand up. You don't have to, but the point is you can't do it wrong. So just take it easy, enjoy. You're already holy, you're already that. And we are just singing ourselves and each other are awake to that. Japo. Oh, let's sing all once. Let's do two more. Every inhale connects us to this Ma and we feel each other. Sukhamakila madma panadrisha saparayataya tava bhavati yanme vilasitam. That's the very shortened version of verse 27 of Saundarya Lahari, but I feel to sing in English because everyone will understand. And then we'll sing to the Ma. Oh, divine Mother, may all my speech and idle talking be taken as thy worship and love. Just a simple way to open our hearts and voices. This is from the Adi Shankaracharyaji's Saundarya Lahari, a tantric text. But really it's just Ma. Like Ma is this earth, is the birds, as love as the Shakti that beats our hearts. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma.
Jai Jai Ma,
takes many forms, isn't it? Years ago, I worked with youth in the housing projects in Seattle. This is in the 90s, and I was young, and I thought, I'll be really nice and they'll like me. And I was like, la, 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 hi kids, I'm sweet. And they were like, the class, I was an artist in residence, it became totally chaotic. Like, they were like, and I was like, I'll just be nicer, la, 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 la. And then what happened is this Ma came in, that I was actually the only white person too, that was one thing. But this Ma comes in, and she's like, sit down, here's where you're supposed to be, here's where you're supposed to be. And she's really fierce, right? And I thought, ooh, they're not gonna like that. No way. They ran up to her and they're hanging on her. La, la, la. They loved her because her fierceness gave protection. This was a neighborhood where people were getting shot. I asked one day, how many of you know someone or know someone who's been around someone getting shot? And like half of them raised their hands. Wow. And so I learned very quickly that there's a fierce aspect of the Ma that is beneficial, isn't it? Like protective. And so I meditated on it because I wasn't really that into it early on. I grew up in a Hindu ashram for my early years, but I was a little freaked out by the fierce Ma because I had some fierce Ma's around me, let's say. And and then I meditated on it, and I learned more. And you know the stories, it's like, well, we'll tell the story in the song. But basically, when the Ma is strong, when there's a Shakti, Shakti means power, and Shakti means the goddess. When the goddess, when the divine energy is strong, my ego self can relax. When I realize that there's a real powerful Ma that's handling everything, ego Gina, who wants to get her big armor on, can relax, just like those sweet little kiddos. The powerful Ma's in the room now, not this little wispy thing that is trying to be too sugary, right? And I learned a lot from that. Shakti means power, and some of us have had a weird relationship to power because we think of it as force. But power is divine. That's all it is. I have no power except of the divine. It's like Snodden's song, by the grace that I sing, by that grace. Perfect song. So I thought we could sing to Bhavani. Who knows Bhavani? Oh, Dan Dharma Devi, and they have Clarity Breathwork. Check it out, by the way. Bhavani is a fierce form of the Shakti. And you know, like in a lot of temples, there's often like Archangel Michael, like in the church in front, or in traditionally, or the gargoyles, so that you're like, okay, the perimeter is safe, I can fully surrender. You know what I mean? That's for a small ego self. The divine doesn't need that, it's fine. Right? Like, what's the problem? No problem, madam. So this fierce form, that for me it's like this total surrender. And the people I know in India who are Kali devotees also, like Hanuman devotees, are so surrendered and sweet. Look at Amma, Amitananda Mahima, the hugging saint. So Bhavani, Dayani, fierce form of Ma, protective, and Dayani, of pure compassion and mercy. Let's see if I can remember. It's in Rag Bhairavi. And Bhairavi is a rag that's like, I'll do this for some of you who like these kind of things. Sa, re, ga, ma. All the notes are flat, means low, pendulous. Except for the paw, they're all like hanging low, like fruit that is so juicy. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. As opposed to major, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, sa, re, ga, re, sa. A big, full sponge, a big, ripe fruit that's like, ma. voice. And Daniel's playing a japtal 10 beat. You want to tell him?
10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Dinna, din, dinna, dinna,
7, 8, 9.
dinna. In that same rag with a little bit of extra Shuddha notes, Chamundaye in Hindi. That same fierce form in different form. What happened is, well, I'll tell as we go. Chamundaye, Kalima, 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 Kalima. Sanskrit of the gods is Sura. The name of demon is Asura. The only difference is one is motivated pure by selfish ego. Both can have power built up by spiritual practice. There's power in mantra. There's power in all kind of things. It's not that fun being a demon, but sometimes you get stuck. Have you ever been stuck in sort of like a, why'd I say that? I'm in a mood. Chamundaye. Take over the heavens, the gods would fight them, as you would. Here come the demons, we've got our weapons. These are demigods, it's not the absolute. These are the stories that tell the inner worlds, isn't it? But every time that they attacked a demon and the blood fell on the ground, a new demon would spring up. Have you ever had that happen? Chamundaye. Worked on yourself and you're like, and then there's this, and then there's that, right? And so what happened is finally they went running to Shiva, Mahadev, the liberator. Oh Shiva, you've got to help us. And now there are more and more demons. We're outnumbered and it's getting so hard to feel peace in the heavens. Mahadev, Shiva said, go to the Shakti. She's the power. Go to Shakti and she will instruct you. So they did. They go to his Shakti, to his beloved. And she says, very well. Just go to this beautiful valley and offer your chants and your herbs. Chamundaye, Kalima, 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 Kalima. And they got more into it. Have you ever got to that point where everything you tried wasn't working that well and you finally had to surrender to the divine? Who's felt that? Okay. And finally they're like, okay, she says, why not throw them into the fire of devotion? But then we won't have our weapons. Up to you. Okay. Chamundaye. To this beautiful Ma, she says, and where are your demons? And as they look around the heavens, all the demons are gone, all the weapons are gone, and there's only the songs of devotion. A mantra that contributes to that is the Nivarana mantra. Om, Om, Aing, Hreem, Kleem, Chamundayai, Viche, Yeah, the first one was Ye, it was Hindi, this is Yai. Now, if you're like, whoa, that's a lot of words, just follow in, kind of Roxanne. Om Aim Rim Klim, Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaya Viche, Chamundaya Viche. Om Aim Rim Klim, Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaya Viche. This is a very potent mantra. Each of those sounds, Om, is a pranava mantra, the absolute vibration and all. Aing, the mantra of Saraswati. Hring, the Shakti, powerful Durga in the heart. Kleen, this is like, Kleen is actually, Kleen is Kali, that's Krishna. And magnetic, and feeling all of the powerful Shakti mobilized, that we can relax and surrender in life. Om Aim Rim Klim, Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaya Viche, Chamundaya Viche. Om Aim Rim Klim, Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaya Viche. And we think, wow, may all beings, here we are in paradise chanting, may all beings have the benefit of full awareness of what is really handling all, the feeling of safety and liberation from all small identity. Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaya Viche. Like the energy that just grows a big old banana tree right out of the ground. Right? I really like that mantra. It's such powerful, it's more powerful than any ego thoughts when I chant it. Do you feel that? It's like great windshield wipers for the mind. Let's sing the Hanuman. Very cool. This is an Abcharakesh. And you'll recognize, some of you Hanuman Chalisers, a few of the words from the Hanuman Chalisa. Be a new group, the Chalisers. And Jai means victory. It's like hip hip hooray, really. And Jai Hanuman, Sitaram, right? Those are the names of the divine, lover and beloved. Nice one. Bird solo. And Sita and Ram, I love singing those names also because I know that Lord Hanuman loves those names. Hanuman, the thing that I love among many is that just ability to open the heart no matter what. So they were in the jungle, weren't they? Sing it out. Sankatamochana Kripanidhan Sankatamochana Kripanidhan
Sankatamochana Kripanidhan Sankatamochana Kripanidhan
Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman,
Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Hanuman, Mahavira Atulita Balavan, Mahavira Atulita Balavan,
Mahavira Tulita Balavan, Mahavira Tulita Balavan,
like this. I remember, there's a kind of service that's just so natural, like Mike, he just does it. He's not like, hey, look what I'm doing. It's just like, yeah, It's like Hanuman. When I think of Hanuman, it's this grounded. And a long time ago, I was living in a Buddhist monastery in the Himalayas. And I happened to have some money because I'd been working in Asia. I'm telling personal stories instead of the katha. And I saw these people and I was giving them money and doing things. And I happened to say to the Rinpoche, wow, kind of fortunate, isn't it, that like Westerners like me are here to support them. And he looked at me like I was dumb as a stick. And he's like, no, how fortunate for you that they showed up so you can practice generosity and service. Jai Hanuman, Jai
sometimes like this, because he is such a funky monkey.
keep on, you beautiful mom. The beautiful misunderstandings. Beautiful. So he leaps up, right, to take a bite of the sun, but he's so powerful, son of the wind and all. And what happens? The Lord of the heavens, Indra, goes, whoa, that's against the rules of the heavens. And so he sends him crashing back to earth. Did you ever have a misunderstanding and then kind of crash back to earth? Jai Hanuman. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Baba Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. And so that's what his name means. Hanuman means broken jaw. And for some reason I like that. It means that, like, he had a childhood wound. Like, who didn't have a childhood wound, right? He had something happen to him. But did that stop that heart from opening? Did that stop that heart of service? Not one bit. And sometimes he didn't know what to do, right? Remember when, Lord, they were wounded and he went to go in his great service to run and get the medicine needed. And when he got there, do you remember? He didn't know. He got to the mountain and he's like, he didn't know which herb is it supposed to be. I forgot to go get the details of, I don't know what herb it is. Have you ever not quite known what to do? And yet the heart of service as Hanuman goes, well, I don't know. In his total innocence, he just picked up the whole mountain with his hands. That's what love does, huh? The mama picks up the car. I mean, all you ma's, all you pa's. That heart of devotion, that the power of love that is divine love can do absolutely anything. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, lifting up that mountain. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Baba Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Baba Hanuman. And love finds all kinds of ways out. And love knows how to sacrifice itself and is in the giving still full of love. Remember that time when Hanuman got captured? Maybe kind of on purpose by the demon who stole Sita away from Ram. Remember that? And so he's captured by those evil demons again in those heavens, which are the other realms. Remember that? But you remember in his wisdom, he's like, well, he knows how demons think. They just want to hurt people. So he's got an idea. Because remember, he knew that he could make himself small or big. So he said, gosh, whatever you do, don't dip my tail in that fire. That'd be terrible. Remember that? And they're like, haha, then that's what we shall do. And what happened when his tail as a torch? He burned down Lanka. He burned down the demon place and freed Sita. And that was part of what restored order. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Yes. Jai Hanuman. Lord, make me an instrument of your love. Your love. Lord, make me an instrument Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, we are all instruments of your peace. Feeling that. Lord, we are all instruments of your peace. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Baba, Hanuman, Hanuman. I remember when they awarded him the pearl necklace, Sita gave him a pearl necklace for helping free her and reunite her with her beloved Ram. And remember, he's like biting on all those pearls, and they're like pearls before monkeys. What the heck? He's ruining your necklace. And remember, instead of accusing, they sought to understand. They said, hey, Hanumanji, why are you biting apart her necklace? Remember, he said, well, you told me this is the most valuable thing, so I'm biting across the pearls because surely Ram must be inside. If it's the most valuable thing, what's more precious than Ram? Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Baba, Hanuman. Baba, Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Hanuman's probably looking from the street. Like about that big.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them about your drums?
Y'all know about tabla, right? Do you know why I have 3 little drums?
Why?
I don't know.
Gina's always changing keys.
Because Gina keeps changing keys. In India, you know, one night usually just be the same drum all night. We're talking about the treble drum, not the bass drum. They sound like this. off so easily. Repeat after me. Da,
Da,
ge,
ge,
na,
na,
ka, din, ta, ge, tun. How about the tune together? Da, ge, na, kran, ge, na. Da, ge, na, kran, da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran,
da, ge, na, kran.
da, ge, na, kran.
Naga dinna,
Naga dinna,
naga dinna,
naga dinna,
together. Da, ge, na, kran, naga dinna.
da, ge, na, kran,
There you
naga
go.
dinna,
Da, ge, naga din,
da, ge, naga din,
da, ge, naga din,
da, ge, naga din,
da, ge, na, kran, naga din,
da, ge, na, kran, naga din,
da, ge, naga din.
da, ge, naga din,
Da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, din. Da, tuck the 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 din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da,
Da, tuck the din, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da,
Da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, 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 da,
Da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, 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 da,
Din, din, da.
din, din, da,
Din, din, da.
din, din, da,
Din, din, da, ti.
din, din, da, ti,
Din, din, da, ti.
din, din, da, ti,
Takran,
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 takran, we gotta do it again, huh? Da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da,
Da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da.
da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, da, tuck the din, 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 da,
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 din, din, da, ti.
din, din, da, ti,
Din, din, da, ti.
din, din, da, ti,
Takran,
takran, takran,
takran, takran, takran,
What key are you in?
Thank you. Kirtan tabla.
Daniel Paul, first time out in years, yay! It's the first time we played out in years. We're like, do we know this still? You know, so usually I start with all these invocations, and one of my favorite chants in the world was written by Daniel Paul. So some of these tonight have been some of mine, but he wrote the most beautiful chant to his guru, and this is in the place of Ramdas. Such a beautiful teacher and friend and beloved of so many. And I mean, he inspired me in so many ways. One of the first times I met him was before his stroke. And I waited to the very end of his concert, was last in line, and I said, he was talking about remembrance and the things we do to remember who we are. And I said, Ramdas, do you ever forget? Do you ever forget? And he goes, oh, all the time. But that makes the remembrance so much sweeter. And isn't it true, like just in this very house, the way he would just look and smile, with so much love. Sometimes I'd be chanting in there and I'd be like, oh, not sure. And his love would just be like, and you're like, everything was just fine. Love is stronger than fear, isn't it? So that's what we can do. There's a lot of fear in the world, and we beam our love. Love is stronger than fear. And so one of my sweet, sweet Gurujis passed away recently, Vagish Shastriji, who's refined my mantra and sound tantra for so many years. And so I also dedicate it to him. And Daniel wrote this for...
Ustad Ali Akbar Khan was 100 years old last month. from his birth. But he passed away about 20 years, 15 years ago.
So for all of our teachers through this lifetime, through past lifetimes, through parallel lifetimes, can you imagine how much grace we've had to get to this point, to be chanting mantra in paradise together? Such grace for all who've illuminated our path and the ways that inner Guru comes through you. Guru Deva Jai Guru Deva. I just forgot it.
Guru Deva Jai Guru Deva.
Guru Deva Jai Guru Deva. Guru Deva Jai Guru Thanks and praise to all our teachers through all our lifetimes. Thank you, Ram Das, Nikoli Baba. Okay.
Guru dog.
Actually, that's true. I was in the Himalayas. I was sitting so seriously one time, like really serious earlier, like meditating really seriously. And I was way up in the middle of nowhere. And they don't have like little fluffy dogs in the Himalaya, like little white dogs, I thought. I'm sitting there like kind of in a kind of masculine aspect, I think. And this dog, it looked like, I thought I was hallucinating, this dog from like way down a hill. I was by myself like running, and I'm thinking, that's funny, it looks like there's a dog running towards me. It was running. And like from really far away, that really looks like a white dog. There's no little fluffy white clean dogs up here. And sure enough, this little fluffy white dog ran straight from like, I mean the equivalent of like 20 blocks and just ran right up me and licked me all over the face and left. And that was the message, Gina, lighten up. Like, just like, take it easy. I got a little serious in my early 20s there. It's a good dog, I like it. Well, Saraswati or Jai Jagadambe? Huh? Saraswati Dharma Devi. We'll do both. We could have time. Yes. My sweet Guruji, Vagish, would always say, he'd pose these questions like pop quizzes all the time. And then if you get it right, or if you had a little insight, he'd be like, yes. He would say it just like this. Yes. Like, let the plant water sink in. It's very sweet. You know how people, I was teaching a sound school this morning, and we were talking about ragas and how they have tendencies. Like Rag Bhairavi, I was saying earlier, pendulous and full and weighty. And that's like that weighty, and take it deeper. And play. Saraswati. Saraswati, Saras means like flowing like water. Saraswati, as you know, well, let's say it with precise, refined pronunciation, because she is the goddess of language and speech and sound and mantra and creativity and dance and learning. Saraswati. Saraswati. Yes, and a lot of the Shaktis, a lot of the female goddesses, they have a long I at the end, not Saraswati. Saraswati, it's like the energy still goes. Saraswati. Saraswati. Nice. And goddess of wisdom. Goddess is the energy. It's personified. And the mystery of the divine is it appears in personified forms. But it's also the absolute. Isn't that wild? So, mantra to Saraswati is Om. Aing, Saraswatyai. Nice. Namaha. Like namaste, I bow. Whatever I give respect and honor to, whatever I give my attention to, I'm going to make welcoming you. Oh, be careful what thoughts you let park their cars in your driveway. Precious real estate is this mind, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes you eat junk food. So, she's seen riding a swan. And think how swans move. They're so elegant and graceful. You know, like they can be in the murkiest water and pure white. Like us, no matter what muck you think you're in, ever pure. And the movement of her is so elegant. So it's in a pentatonic raga, means only 5 notes, to give those long movements of sound, is why I put it that way. So swim with me a little bit in the sound. voice in this style, there's no vibrato, because it's like we let the voice create the space where just like the horizon, where the horizon meets the sky when the sea is calm, the voice creates a steadiness of mind and breath, which reveals to us our essence. The sound, feel the movement like the swan, so elegant and regal and graceful. That wisdom that is in us when things get steady, always with us but perceived in the gracefulness and the steadiness of Saraswati. And those of you here in Maui, you know that feeling of the waves in the sweet, calm waters. We wish it for all beings. The goddess of wisdom, of music, of arts, of creativity, of language, of speech. Thank you for all. language and speech. Sanskrit has 52 letters or 56 depending on how you count some of the tantric sounds. And so as a result there are sounds we don't have of course in the Roman letters. And one of them is bha, the BH sound, bha, bha, like you're gonna laugh, bha, bha. And this sound is the sound of effulgence. The name of India for Indians was Bharat, like the light of illuminated, valuing illumination. Bharati is a name of Saraswati, who gives the illumination of wisdom and illuminates our voices and speech. So let's sing that. This is in 14, not 4, not 3. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, come on.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Japa. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Mother of creation, Mother of art, you make the flowers bloom deep in our hearts. Mother of music, sing through me. You are the flowing source of every melody. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Mother of wisdom and all Vedas, we are blessed because you're guiding us. Mother of mantra, sacred trees. Mother of mantra, Matra Shakti. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma.
Bharati, Bharati, Jaya, Jaya, Ma. Thinking of all the ways our lives are illuminated by beauty, by creativity, wisdom, arts, learning. Mother of music, Mother of art, I will sing to thee from my heart. Mother of wisdom, Mother of grace, thanks and praise every night and day. Thanks and praise every night and day. Because of the energy of Saraswati, we are Andrea's beautiful violin. We have all the arts and creativity. People call her by different names. In Japan, it's called benzai pen. Couple more, huh? One thing I like about being together in song is we can go in all the different moods, right? Like in our human form, we feel everything. We miss somebody when they go away. We feel joy. We feel like, I don't know, where are you? So this is a chant of a devotee to Krishna saying, like Radha saying, Krishna, Krishna, well, where are you? Since you're not here now, at least come to me in my dreams. One of the beauties of this apparent duality is the longing, isn't it? And a very short story to tell, because we build this as story time too, is that in a nutshell, the story that I love so much. So if you've read about Krishna, you know, his greatest devotee, his greatest love was Radha in Vrindavan. But in the end, the strangest part is, you know, he has to go off to deal with this Kamsa thing. And long story short, there's separation. He leaves Vrindavan and Radha's left. What? How could the movie end there? You know? Remember, these are all the inner meanings. So one day, Krishna, this is long past the stories we usually hear, he's sitting as a king, where he's sitting in his, much, much later, after his Govinda time, after being the cowherd. And he has his assistants, because he's, you know, very beloved and ruling and wise and vanquishing and all that he has to do. And he says to one of his most beloved assistant messengers, he says, you know, I feel sort of sorry for the devotees in Vrindavan, the gopis who loved me so much, and I had to leave. But I really hold them in my heart. Will you go tell them that I love them, and even though I'm not physically there, that I'm really loving them, and I feel their tears of missing me. So the messenger's like, oh, Krishna picked me to go. This is Krishna, you know, in this lila, in this form. And he's so excited to really meet the greatest devotees of Lord Krishna ever, and to bring them this important news. And he goes all the way to Vrindavan, his heart bursting with just compassion and sort of self-importance and joy to bring this news. And he goes and he gathers the gopis. The gopis are the cowherders who are Krishna's greatest devotees and beloveds. And he says, I have a great message for you from Krishna. And it gets very quiet like this. And he says, Krishna has sent me to tell you that he's sorry he had to go. And he knows how much you love him, and he loves you. And he feels your sadness and is so sorry that he had to leave you. And he always holds you in his heart. And then one of the gopis, maybe Radharani, speaks up and says, "What do you mean that Krishna has left us? Is he not in the singing of the rivers? Is he not the voice of every bird? Is he not the laughter of our children? What are you talking about? We see him in every blade of grass." And at that moment, the messenger realizes, oh, Krishna sent me to learn from the bhaktas, from the devotees, how it really is. Wow. This is, though, a chant of longing for the beloved, that which brings us to go closer and closer and closer to the source of love, whatever that is for you. And then we'll sing together, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya. Go is cow. It's like a name of the young, like the way the devotees would sing in Vrindavan. Yes, to that cowherd that we love. Gopala Jaya Jaya. Another referring to the most beautiful, your irresistible form of love in the form of Gopal. Radha Ramani. Radha Ramani. Beloved of the greatest devotee and the greatest feminine incarnation of love. Radha Ramani. I think there's a Radha Radhe here tonight. Govinda Jaya Jaya. Aya kare zera kedo savariya se. I want to see your face. I'm feeling separation. Aya kare zera kedo savariya se. Aya kare mana aya kare savari surata mohani murata. Picturing his skin, his face. Savari surata mohani murata. Sapana me darshana. Then come to me in my dreams. Nana aya kare zera kedo savariya se. Aya kare zera kedo savariya se. Aya kare mana aya kare. Seeing him in everything. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Take it a little bit line by line, just because Krishna lifts up mountains as umbrellas, we can slow it down. Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari.
Radha Ramana Hari.
Beloved of Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari.
Radha Ramana Hari.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, source of loving I'll keep today. It's so funny, but I just heard Krishna say, tell him. A message from our sponsor. Let yourself be loved. So there's a picture in Vrindavan where I go with Sadhu Maharaj. Paul's been there. And there's the most beautiful picture of Radharani. You know, we think of worshiping Krishna, but who does Krishna adore? Radha. He's the thief of hearts, but she's the thief of his heart. So there's this picture that I love that we always sat above Sadhu Maharaj of Krishna adoring her foot. And what does Radha do? She accepts. She's like, can you let yourself be loved? Can we? Let yourself be loved, beloveds. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloveds. You are so worthy of. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. We are so worthy of. Together. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. We are so worthy of. One little seed. Let's sing for each other. Let's remind each other. What is duality for? What is apparent duality for? If not to remind each other how loved we are. Let yourself be loved. Be together for each other. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of. Let yourself, sharing with each other, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of. 'Cause we are one in the one, beloved one. We are one in the one, beloved one. So you are all like that messenger from Krishna. And Krishna said, hey, the whole purpose of apparent duality is to remind each other how beautiful we are and to love each other. So imagine we're like singing it as the messengers for each other, because we all forget. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of. We are one in the one, beloved one. One in the one, beloved one. One more time. One in the one, beloved one. One in the one, beloved one. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Lover and beloved.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
Thank you so much to this beautiful Mother Earth that's holding us wherever we are, in this moment here or in other moments. Thank you so much for all the elements that gathered to form these physical, incarnate bodies that are in you. You're not in the body's in you. Isn't it? Thank you so much to all our teachers. Thank you, beloved Ram Das, for gathering us in this space, and Nimkroli Babaji. Thank you, Source of Love, that has guided each of us in our own way, in our own path, through this lifetime, through so many lifetimes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Andrea Walls, beautiful friend and beautiful artist. So love you, and I learned from her on the water in Raphael. Thank you, beautiful Pavanji, beautiful and especially Chalisa. Thank you, Daniel Paul, my sweet H.W.L friend. Thank you, Dasi Ma and Jeffrey and Paul, and thank you, Mike Kroll, for pulling us all together here. Thank you all very much. Let's close Lokaha, Samastaha, Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the vibrations we share, and pause and feel them. Smile to all your cells. I love you, cells. Feel them light up. Yes, we've been chanting mantra and love songs together. Smile into your heart. I love you, heart. Thank you, heart, for singing love chants. Your heart bright and lit up, even by the people chanting for you, as they have for thousands of years. Thank you, sweet mind, for focusing today, choosing to land like a bee in the center of the flower. And instead of Loka, let yourself be loved for all beings. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of... One more time for all beings. Let yourself be loved, beloved. Let yourself... Raining like flower petals. Let yourself be loved, beloved. You are so worthy of. Let's close. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace revealed among all beings of the universe and in us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 including the wingeds and the four-legged.